Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Downtime in the Hangar, where we talk about all things GBO2 and Tangent, for sure. A lot.
Guaranteed or your money back.
And Emblem is muted.
Hey.
Well, I was kind of just talking, but it wasn't anything that we
Oh,
need to
okay.
mention here.
It fit.
Yeah.
It fit. I was like, and he's like, no, we never do that. But I was like, pretty sure
I mean, that's
that's what he
exactly what
said.
I said.
Oh, that's
And then I was
exactly.
like, yeah.
But anyway, I'm joined by Gustav the 13th
Yep.
and Gaming Emblem.
Yo, yo, yo.
So, guys, how was your previous week?
Pretty good. More of the usual. Getting a bit deeper into Near Replicant, aka sad game, but not that sad. Just kind of messed up sometimes. But it's been good. Doing a lot of the side quests because we're trying to go for at least as many endings as possible before we move on to Automata eventually. So still on the first playthrough. Want to get all the weapons before we move on to the next ones, and then from there, probably we'll start moving pretty quickly. We'll just have to see. But besides that, just trying to keep up with GBO2. Admittedly, practices and clan matches in general have been getting in the way of the second playthrough a lot, and I feel like that's going to be a prevailing trend as we go harder in clans. But that's all for the best. So, what about you guys?
So far, so good. I've been leaning in hard on SRW, but it's been pretty nice. The announcement for the new game, SRW 30,
Yeah, it's pretty
has me pretty thoroughly excited. I'm very much ready. Can't wait to get my hands on the English language version of the game so that I can play it up. Definitely going to be doing that one on stream. I can't wait. We should be hearing more about the roster here in the next month.
So is that going to be any region lock kind of stuff, or is that actual NA release?
Nah.
If it's
It
getting
won't
on
be
the
an NA
Switch, I would
release,
assume
unfortunately.
that.
Okay, but we will be able to like get it on Steam.
Yeah, if you import it, you'll be able to play it. But no, you can't play it on Steam. That's going to be region locked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you'd have to download the game on the PS4, and the version you would use would be like the Singapore version of the game. They don't have English
So,
support.
more or less, unless you're
Rip.
just normalized that at this point, it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Bummer. I was like,
think
is
it takes
this the one?
No.
Nah.
SRW games hardly barely happen within the skin of their teeth over in Japan, let alone in other places. So like,
Yeah, if
it's
we
one of
get
those
if we get
situations
one,
where
it'll
you're
be
like,
an
be
OG.
glad it exists. Like super clean OG too. So I feel like some of them at least have references once in a while.
But yeah, is that pretty much it?
Pretty much. I've just been playing my usual games, but nothing like too spectacular.
Well, I guess I'll go ahead and ask this now because I'll definitely be talking about it some. I've been playing catch up on it. How's Fantasy Star been going?
Oh, I'm max level on my force, so that's pretty nice. So honestly, like now that that's the case, I'm probably just going to be hanging out for a little bit because like there's no real content per se. So like, what am I? I don't even know what I'm going to do.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing that I'm like, well, once I get everything unlocked, I guess I'll level up I guess everything to 20 kind of slowly, just doing dailies and stuff. And then maybe do a another character on ship 1.
That's pretty much my plan right now. Is just grind dailies and level up my subclasses and such.
Yeah, I pretty much finally like sorted through my inventory. That took way too long. But
You got a system down at least.
Yeah, I pretty much put everything on just because the character inventories on the other characters, since you don't need but one character in New Genesis now, unless
Mm.
what I'm kind of afraid of with the skill tree thing might be the only other reason to make new characters. Um, but yeah, the I don't know. It's so far it's definitely simple. I was kind of disappointed to find out that I couldn't like have the multi weapon thing where I could have the launcher and a rifle together, and even though I can use both moves without having to do a weapon swap thing, I can't build up the moves even though I have the rifle out. If I use a launcher ability, it doesn't also build up. Like you got to deal a certain amount of damage to pull out the shotgun, but you have to do that with rifle abilities in order to do the shotgun thing. So that was kind of my problem with the. It's like if they just kind of change that, then there's so much extra build potential that they have in the game. And right now, it's like there's probably some of that going on right now where people are using the different weapons together and actually doing some better things. But if they just go a step further, then the customization and builds I think are going to be kind of insane. But what do you think of the multi-weapon thing though? Do you find it as
I
a
haven't even bothered with it, so
yeah?
I used one, but honestly, like I don't know. I I'm no like quantum brain like PSO2 build guy or whatever, and I don't even know. I barely even played like any long amount outside of like hitting max levels in the other ones, and even then it was just like super casual. So I don't even have like an idea of what I would do in PSO2 to make like the multi weapon stuff kind of like be better, or what I would do with it with my class that I play or anything else like that. Unfortunately.
Considering that most of you guys are at the end too, it doesn't really seem like it matters at all.
Yeah, well, that's it doesn't, but I kind of one of those like I wish I could actually do some more interesting builds. Maybe again, I mean, I'm right there with Emblem on that. I don't know exactly what I can do with it more than what I'm doing. So maybe it is OP, but right now it's just like, did they really think this through, or is there more coming? No, because obviously they're going to add more skills and stuff probably. So will this actually be a feature? Because that's kind of what I was when I saw it. I was like, oh, I can use the rocket, and because I thought it gave the weapon both types essentially, so you would, but it just saves you weapon swapping is the only thing that it really does, and that's kind of my issue is it does that one weapon swap for you without you having to do it, and then you just go back to whatever weapon you have it as a base weapon. So it just cuts out like 1 second per rotation. But other than that, I mean, it feels the same as what I was playing on. Just the normal as far as a ranger goes. I put on the blighted
Mhm.
rounds, and right now I don't know if the beam's actually better DPS, but I've been swapping back and forth between the beam and the other thing that just tracks. Just because the other thing I don't even have to aim or anything, and it always just
Are you
hits the
talking about
target.
the photon burst?
The like do 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 boom.
Oh, you're talking about normal attacks. Okay.
Well, no, it's like 5 attacks that is just real quick
Well,
session,
no, sorry.
and then ends
Class.
in
Maybe
a
I should
big
say class
explosion.
skills or whatever. I thought you were talking about the big attack, but you're talking about a class
Oh
attack
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah,
whatever,
yeah. It's a class attack where you kind of hover around and shoot the
or
launcher really
photon
quick,
rod or whatever.
and then
Hmm.
the last shot's a big like 1,000 damage hit when I hit on a blighted round kind of thing, and it pretty much auto locks, and I don't even have to pay attention to where I'm aiming because whatever I'm locked onto, it'll just automatically loop around behind. So anything that has like a target behind them, it'll just loop around them and then hit them in the back if their weak point is in the back. So I've just been spamming that, and it seems to be more consistent DPS at the very least, if not more. But but yeah, I like what they did with the launcher so far. I can't wait to see more abilities, but it's just like other than that, everything just feels kind of the same. So maybe I was missing some other stuff in the base game, but other than now you actually just run instead of having to use a travel skill essentially. But that was my catch up. I got through the story. I did the last fight immediately when I got to it with the dragon thing, and
Oh
I
yeah, Rex.
died on that a few times. And I was just like, well, it looks like I'm probably gonna have to do this tomorrow after some sleep and maybe a little extra grind for some more damage. And then I just at that point I was like, well, I'll do one more, and then I one shot, and I'm like, okay, cool. That's about how it goes. But but like, yeah, no big deal. Just streamlined it. It was super smooth. But yeah, other than that, I went on vacation. That was my big thing.
Hey.
There's the Fantasy Star tangent.
Welcome back.
Thanks. I got chocolate, sugar-free chocolate at that.
Nice.
And it tastes really good. This is just like some bark chocolate stuff they got, and you can get a chunk of that. This is gone. It's down to like 2 pieces here. It's like some kind of doesn't make too much noise. No sugar added English toffee, and it's fantastic.
Ooh.
But the place is called Chocolate Tree.
Toffee's pretty good.
You can order it online, but it's a place down in South Carolina. Chocolate Tree. Really cool. And then I guess another thing that I got, I brought some of this here, is now this I can't really just drink whenever I want to, but this is my new replacement for if if my sugar gets low. I have strawberry cider and some other ciders.
Nice.
But yeah, other than that though, was a lot of fun. Watched my dog get to be friends with a little kitten, which was hilarious. Like the kitten was scared and you went into like, cat attack mode, and then eventually eventually the kitten, she decided to be like, okay, cool, you exist. I won't freak out. My dog was just like, can I smell you every now and then? And then eventually, was a friend of my mom's who brought the kitten, and then she set her on top of my dog, and my dog just turns around and licks the cat twice, and the cat had the most disgusted face ever that I think I've ever seen. It was hilarious. It was just like, what the heck, gross. Oh, what did you do? Oh. It wasn't even mad. It was just like, that was just gross.
It's like, that's not dry at all. What the fuck?
So, and he's got a bed now. My mom bought him a bed. He's snoring over there on that. So eventually, once everything's moved in to the other room and I get the new PC, I'll have doggo cam. But
That'd be pretty cool.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and I swam again, so compression stockings worked. Felt like having a second layer of skin. It felt normal. I just probably looked really weird jumping in the water.
It works though.
But I jumped in. It was very cold. I don't know why it was so cold. The waves were non-existent, so literally I was about, I guess, probably about somewhere around 6 foot deep, I guess. But around like 5 to 6 foot deep, there was like no waves, so I could just pretty much go out there and just swim. So I could at least just do laps back and forth. I did. One of the cool things about the compression stockings, I did try to upright myself, and I was like, well, here, I'm going to stand up. And I stepped on jellyfish, and I was just like, well, that was like, I just felt this squishy step, and I was like, well, I'm glad I'm wearing these. That could have been awkward.
Right.
So that was a bonus. And then but yeah, I got to swim a lot. It was fun. I haven't done that in a while. I just wanted some waves, man. Just the waves. But yeah.
That just makes me have a mind or picture of you with a surfboard, Magnum. That was
No,
totally tubular.
me surfing right now would probably be a disaster, dude. Like that would be. Oh, I ran into a guy who
Well,
was
it's very
fishing.
intensified, brah.
No, for real though. I ran into a guy that was fishing, and he was like, he
Mhm.
kind of talked like that surfer voice, like,
Mm-hmm.
I've got my net, bro. Like going out to catch. I need to catch
Nice.
some more mullet, and like so I can get some bait. And he had like a hammerhead or something. Someone freaked out and was like, dude, he had a 4-foot hammerhead out there. So there was definitely some sharks out, but I mean I've been fishing there and that, and like you'll throw out, and you'll catch some stuff, and you hook it on your belt because you're weighted out in the water, at least waist to kind of chest height, just so you can throw it out farther. And then you'll have sharks come up and they'll just like nibble on the fish, and you're just like, oh hey, cool, grab, stab, put them on the hook as well, and then you're like, more fish. You like shark, that is. I mean, mostly they're just little sand sharks. Sometimes you'll get something a little um, awkward, but yeah, most of the time it's just like
I'm like, ooh,
stab, put on. And sometimes you'll get a crab that'll come up and be like, ooh, pinch, 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 and I'm like, no,
inch. Fuck off, crab.
yeah, pretty much. That's when you like try to have a glove and grab them and yeet, throw them away. They normally come back, sadly, but yeah, crabs can be annoying. So you go out a little bit deeper, but um, but yeah. I thought it was kind of funny. They were fishing, they were catching some stuff, and then we saw some dolphins, which normally mean there's at least no big sharks around, because dolphins will typically fuck them up.
Beat them up.
Yeah. So.
Dolphins like, wrong neighborhood, motherfucker. Come here.
Yeah, right. Big hammerhead comes up. Hey, you in the wrong neighborhood. I'm sorry. I'll get back down on the ground.
I didn't mean it, sir.
I didn't mean it. I'll get back down. I swam too high. But anyway, this new suit, while I try to pull up the spin that I was gonna try to do, but everything's lagging. What do we think?
Well, yeah, you're
Yeah,
starting to lag a little bit on the call.
Yeah, I noticed my face is lagging on the actual thing. I hope I haven't
Oh,
dropped the
no.
stream at all. That would be awkward to have to redo this. But yeah, as I'm trying to Methuss 2 S's Kai. There we go. What do we think of this thing? What's the general
Definitely
consensus?
stay.
It seems fine to me. Like, I don't think it's a bad suit. It's got some ability of flight mode. The damage output seems pretty solid. Doesn't seem bad. I personally think it's above average.
Yeah, it's definitely above average. The big thing is the heavy stagger thing. I think could potentially put it up top tier, but it's just one of those things. Is it a heavy stagger and kind of like the extra damage you need from, like, say the C1 flying at something, pew 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 pew, and then would swap then full charge essentially. Although I think that's 3.5 seconds. So I mean it could put it top tier. Also, I don't know what this is, but I got the Animos Fiora /2. I think I got the same thing
I
that you
got
got.
PSO too.
Yeah, I think I got the same thing you got. It's like a black version with the little red skirt or something. But yeah. But anyway. I'll close this out real quick before it breaks everything.
Yeah, get out of there. It's not safe.
Overall though, with the heavy stagger though, I mean that we've put like the Rick Diaz 2 pretty high, if not top there for a while. Even I think you even said it was better than the Mark V. Is that
The
what you were saying?
Ricardo? Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
For sure.
So like just the heavy stagger is a pretty big deal when it comes to just anything having that. Though it
Especially when you can
has,
use it while it's mobile.
yeah,
Like,
that's
so nice.
doesn't have shock dampener though. But I mean, neither does the C1, and it does a lot of extra
Right.
damage from transforming and flying. So
Hmm.
will this be a thing once people know they're going to be looking for it and just try to pop it? And the best part about flying is people got to aim. So I'm just curious how effective it's going to be at the top end compared to at a lower end of player skill.
Yeah. I think the ease of use will be a little bit higher than the C1, just because you do have a bit of a wider hitbox and you have to use the stun while flying. It's not like the other way around where you can just have it prepared and ready to go from around a corner. You have to be moving forward. Um, it's a little interesting, but I definitely think it helps.
I am curious about the percentage of the pew pew kind of secondary, or the, if you're just tapping it, because it only has a 0.8 second cooldown, and if you do that twice, you'll get 4 shots, which I've seen stagger. I just don't know if that's staggering in the 3 or the 4, and if it's enough to break, say, a maneuver or well, something with maneuver armor, or something with damage control 1 at the very least. Because that's
25% per
oof,
burst.
I was afraid of. Okay, so you can't hit a raid boosting with it to really stop it from doing much. I mean, I guess you could combo with the Shiki beam rifle, or is that only 10%?
It's probably 10. Give me a second, I'll look.
And I'll go ahead and bring up the stats, and if
Yeah,
if
it's
you're
10.
about out of a game, or if you guys are, we can go ahead and start the free for all thing up.
Yeah, I can get in there.
The clay bazooka is a bit funny though. It's another one of those like double weapon problems because it only has 60% stagger if you hit with both, whereas a normal bazooka generally has 80. So that's a little bit weird. They should make it 40 times too. I don't see why. Well, maybe it's because you have more output or something, but it's kind of interesting. Maybe you have more output, 13, 26.
Yeah,
It's
if
kind of
it's times
interesting.
2, then I would say yeah, you have more output. I don't think a normal one has 2,000.
Are you making a rim, Magnum?
Yeah, I was gonna. That's what I was working on right now.
Gotcha. Let me know when to stop and I'll look it up.
But overall, I the damage seems fine on the suit. Like, it's definitely not lacking in that department. I think it's just going to be how the flight mode is used. So if you're used to the flight mode stuff, then it's probably definitely going to be on your list. So if you're heavy into the C1, also I will say I love how it transforms. Like, it just goes down to the bottom of your screen, and you're just ready to shoot and aim right over the top. The gun's in the middle, and there's no missing random shots, weird angles, or nonsense like that. It's just you aim. If you're aiming, you hit. If you miss, then you missed. No,
User error.
yeah, it's just straight up on you. There's no like learning an angle because the gun is long, and none of that nonsense.
Or underslung like it is on a donut and it's like scraping the ground. It's like, nah.
My gangly arms. No.
Now the main gun is kind of a little bit low, but pretty much don't want to use that. Like you probably, that's probably on just normal cooldown at that point. There we go. It's up. But overall, I haven't figured out exactly what I want to do with parts. But let's go ahead and go over the stats real quick. It has 18,500 health, 22 ballistic, 32 beam, 16 melee resist, and I'm guessing that's 2 on each for the -2 on each for the level 1. This is a level 2, by the way.
That's the case for live ammo resistance. Beam's only 1 down. Same for melee.
Oh, okay,
It's
that's interesting.
31 and 15. But the range modifier is down by 5% for level 1 to 2, and the melee modifier is 10 compared to 12.
Then 30 movement, 185 high speed movement, 70 thruster gauge, which is nice. Thank you. That more. And turning speed 57. It has 10, 18, and 20 part slots. Not too bad for the level 2. What was it have for the level 1?
9, 17, and 18.
I'm almost tempted to
Oof.
throw on some turning speed parts for it. It's kind of crazy to think that the Methuss heavy is actually at the same. It's actually slower.
Is it just for when you're on the ground?
Interestingly enough, the Methuss Kai slows down its turning speed when it transforms, but the transformation for the heavy, it stays the same. It's just 54 across the board. But I mean, in general, it just feels slow. Like, especially when things are zooming around a lot, I'm just like, most of my shots that I'm missing is because, like, they're in range. I need to hit them, but waiting that extra time is probably going to get me hit anyway, so I just need to hope that I can, like, winch an angle off them.
Also, another thing I'll point out too with the level 1 to level 2, I think the level 1 is definitely the more with potential to be top tier. Level 2, I think we've already got stuff that's definitely better. I mean, at this point, the C1 is its main competitor, which I would say is better. And then you add in the HML at that point, and then you just have everything else that's already really solid at 650. So, like the Shiki heavy, or full armor Shiki.
Game mode can kind of bully this thing, but it also has that I'm mad that I'm mad mode. So like once you get to that, it might be a little bit harder to finish it off if you're trying to like duel it. You always hope that your team picks up for that stuff, but you can never really rely on that. So like self-sufficiency and like just talking about how it's gonna fare against either multiple or at least a single target just seems more relevant.
It definitely paid that heavy stagger tax because it has, by default, it has a little bit less health, or a little bit more health than just the HML itself. But the HML, I think, has a lot more utility in its double dodge roll when it gets low. And
I guess that superpower, that biosensor superpower.
yeah, ridiculous. And then the just being able to fly and do a heavy stagger while flying, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely cool, but I don't know if they.
Yeah, I mean, technically it has the same combo plus an extra weapon too, just because it's just reversed, right? Like main gun is the big stopping whoosh, and then the secondary is the rifle. But then you got those missiles that you can lead in with their the spotters when it's transformed.
At least the secondary doesn't take forever to charge.
Yeah, I mean that's still the one thing I think that this has over that, right? Because even the big gun, that's what I was afraid of when people were saying, "Oh, it charges." It's like, "Oh God, does it have to charge to fire when transformed?" It's like, no.
Right? No, hallelujah. Oh man. But anyway,
yeah, that's a bit of a letdown.
Yeah. And then skills, quickly going over that. Normal support stuff, high performance radar level 3, high performance scope level 3, personnel radar level 3, observational data link level 1, high performance aerospace gimbal level 1, scout parallel processing device. You can aim and see your radar still. Hallelujah. Transform flight, high spec AMBAC level 2, does not have space specialization, and it only has one priority. Special leg buffer level 1, special back add-on buffer level 2, that's 50%. Special shoulder buffer level 1, and damage control level 1, which you keep
Damage
when you
control on
transform.
neutral. That's pretty cool.
So it's kind of nice, but there's a lot of stuff that's just gonna hit you and stun you at 650 for sure.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean 600 even as
Mhm.
well. So it's
Fucking vertex problems and just Dovins and game logs. Ugh.
Yeah, everybody's gonna be able to pop you out if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, for sure.
but
Other
sadly,
Methuss Kais.
sadly no shock dampener, but I mean it has the heavy stagger. If it had that with shock dampener, this thing would just be gross.
It'd be amazing.
Yeah, that would be like this thing would probably replace the C1 at that point.
Because I guess like it's rocking less health than some of the bulkier boys at this cost. I guess C1 might be around at the same like health pool as this.
Actually,
Maybe slightly higher when it gets to 650. But that would have been interesting. It would have been an interesting way to make it stand out. That they actually just like dropped their nuts on the table, like, no. It's getting all this shit. But considering the form factor and all that, it probably wouldn't make much sense. It's not really much bigger than anything else.
excuse me. But yeah, it would be kind of interesting if it was kind of tanky and a bit crazy with the
It's
shock
got the
dampener,
buffers
but
at least.
yeah, that's true. It is kind of a big target, but it's not like in the sense that it's just a small suit that is bigger in just every
It's got a
direction.
boner on its back, and it's a problem.
Yeah, and well, and on its front when on the
Because
ground.
the clearance for that, especially like I guess for example, when you're on impact site, right? Which by the way,
Oh,
this is gonna be able to get in there for clan matches. So if we get like a fucking impact site later on down the line, or even when you're trying to crest the dune in tropical desert, you can hit that turret pretty consistently.
emblem.
I'm switching accounts.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Sorry, I wasn't sure how
Dailies.
long we would keep going, so I was like, I might as well switch accounts.
Yeah, I just backed out to hit it. I was like, oh. But let's see. I mean, other than just getting in and just kind of trying to show off some of the stuff it can do, I'll let's talk about the grenade. That's just a silly gimmick at this point. That flashbang grenade.
Mhm. I mean, it's
mean,
one of those things where they gave it to the heavy, so it makes sense if it didn't have it. But like, yeah, it probably should be a launcher. It's stupid that it still throws it.
Yeah, I kind of wish it wasn't an underworld grenade too.
That'd be cool.
I feel you there.
Or like it just came out of the arm or some shit. Anything other than this slow ass lob. That's kind of acceptable at like low cost when you can do it and then like boost into the animation and like keep moving. But the second that you think that you have enough time for that animation to continue into the boost, you've probably gotten stunned like 5 times. That's not acceptable.
Yeah, and the other thing too, like unless you lead with it, but then I mean I guess you waste one of their dodge rolls. Dodge roll bait,
Yeah,
maybe?
I mean it's literally just you going solar flare and then trying to fly away afterwards. Unless you're trying to flat foot it, right? And you do it while going forward and then like smack him with your melee or something.
Launching,
Yeah.
be right back.
I feel like it's kind of more of a, I don't even know, less reliable like follow up stun or reset or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not bad
I
though.
guess
I mean,
the issue
it's
is
not
that
losing
anything you
anything
try
for
to
having it.
deter it,
Mhm.
like that's gonna chase you, is gonna have MA or something that's gonna counteract it. So it doesn't really matter too much. Like the uses it would have had aren't super relevant.
Oh, Magnum got me.
That's me. That's Magnum.
Oh shit, you're both green. Okay.
Yeah,
Jenny, right?
Jenny.
I thought that
Yeah, I don't got the ugly Gus colors on because wrong account. Oh, that would have counted.
Oh no!
Interesting.
Barely missed you.
Fuck.
Don't do it.
Do. Ow.
It's nice suits you guys have. Those new.
I frame. Haha! No!
Ow,
Damn it!
newly
No!
met it from the
Oh!
freshly pressed it from the hangar. I wanted to switch my weapon game.
How did I? I cannot aim.
I'm not complaining, Magnum.
Ooh.
Get down.
Ram
What are you doing?
attack. My leg.
Oh.
I love the neutral on the Hama. It's just like, ugh.
Big yeet.
Now where's my counter?
Yeah. It's like, how'd you not get me? No bursties. Stop that.
When BS happens in
I don't
my
need to
No,
fly
no
the bird.
mines
don't
either. No
complain.
mines either. No,
No mines. No mines.
not allowed. Stop.
Oh, it reached.
Oh
Okay, I'll
god,
take
the combo controller. Ah. Yeah, like your arms are technically stumpy, but you're a bigger suit, so you still have the reach.
it. Ow. Get a Magnum. Go, Magnum. Hurry, Magnum.
I got
Not
him.
me.
I got him. He's down. Target neutralized.
The other one.
Wee. Ah.
It's nice that the
Yeah,
cannon light.
you really got to
you
boost
know,
after like you get in there and just
comes
like
out.
blow it. I like the overhead cannon. I like that it's just centered and it makes
Yep.
sense. It's kind of big and dumb, but at least it like, hey, it's got clearance for the head and stuff. Pew.
No.
Oh, nope.
It's like one of those walking gun designs that doesn't look like entirely dumb.
Ah.
Because it's also part of the body for the transformation too.
Shit. No stun lockerino, you
No.
bullies.
Ah. My face. Oh no.
Yeah,
that.
this is it definitely does Nemo 3 stuff. Like that's definitely a good equivalent for what this is doing.
If
Ow, why?
if it has the time though is a little off. Like the Nemo is like 4 seconds between shots.
Oh, stun me.
So with the 5 second, you kind of almost need the
Such a big
bazooka
boy.
though to kind of go back and forth consistently because you can't get back to
You're
the
a
sheet.
big motherfucker.
And even then, there's like a second delay, I think. But yeah, if you get the Nemo 3, right? So
Yeah, oh god. Freaking mines.
Oh god, he went behind me. Cool, Magnum.
no.
Thank you.
Ah. Oh.
It does that stupid Zeta sling, and like it has some after image, but it like cuts it short when it could technically have more reach.
See, I can't just go back into firing something at you after I stunned you with the grenade. They do the overhead gun if you're gonna do anything. I want the bazookas. Bazookas OP. Oh, no, I missed.
Bazooka.
I guess I didn't
Did I
boost.
jest you? Nice. Yeah. That's cool. It's cool and also stupid because it means whoever gets the contact on that first just wins the jousting match.
I was gonna say maybe I didn't get my boost off, but yeah.
Yeah, I think I did. And I like because of the way that the form factor on the Methuss is on the sides, or at least like the
The gear
front
cave is calling.
sides, also count the gear cave. To the gremlin cave. Away.
Come after me. I'll never find
Let's
you
battle
here.
me, you bitch.
You must battle me in my own
my gosh.
advantageous terrain.
Your mother was a hamster.
Oh, you take that back. Your
Oh,
father
oh.
was a duck.
Oh, how dare.
Yeah, come at me, bro. Also train.
Doo-doo.
Oh, fucking
Wow, that
mines
was
too. Look at this
Full
man.
charge, only
Look at this
4K.
man with his range game.
Ultimate. Ultimate
They don't
K2.
explode. They took forever to explode. Oh god, he's got the charge ready too. And fucking get out of here. Oh my god, they explode individually. Ah,
Let's walk into the mines.
No. Oh god.
It
Oh, this is bad.
it does pierce.
I'm in the sandwich. I'm in the sandwich.
No, no,
I hit you
no,
both. Yes.
no,
Knee stagger.
Gustav, why?
The worst. What do you mean why? You did it to yourself by
I
attacking
know.
me.
Heckin' Gustav.
You bastard.
I know, I did it. My bad.
Uh,
Get back here.
I'm so slow.
back here,
Boost
you.
away. Oh god.
Wow, you didn't go anywhere, man.
Yeah, the correction or the tightness of the boost on the hammer kind of
Go
sucks.
barrel.
Like you really don't have momentum in that suit at all. And the funny
Had
thing
one
is,
line
by
with
by comparison, this does, but it also doesn't have fucking balancer, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Man, that's a wall, buddy. There we go.
I know. I was waiting so that I could knee stagger him. as he came around
You
the
were trying to
corner.
get the charge on.
Yeah,
I see.
I wanted to get the
And as
charge instead
Gustav
of
was at
flying
the end.
at him.
Yeah, like he saved himself from a second hit, but he still took the damage.
I just saw Magnum on the kill cam. And he was just like getting in that wall. It was like Wave Rider crashing that thing, man.
Yeah. I had reasons.
Soraka was in that wall. I feel you, dude. I was unaware.
Couldn't let him go. He ain't taking my soul, bitch.
Hell yeah.
I swear to God, if you actually don't hit me while I'm trying to set up Stream Raiders, oh my god.
Put
Look,
me
the
in,
casual
coach.
sidestep is too strong.
Casual sidestep.
Hey man, you learn it from the NPCs early on, right? Uh-oh.
No.
Oh, the mines got me. No.
I should have out of mines.
Oh no. I'm in a bad
Yeah,
spot.
get him.
No.
Oh, my stand Magnum.
No. Wait. Stand Magnum. Stand Gustav. He's your stand.
Hey, get back here.
Let's see. Don't do neutral.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's mine.
Go Magnum.
Come here.
Protect me, Magnum.
Play man.
Damn it. No, I'm gonna
Yeah, you stay down
destroy
there.
you.
Man.
Stay down there.
I will destroy you.
That'll boost.
I can't.
Why did you go down? You could have hit him.
I could have, but I'm just trying to live. Okay, I want to marry Iron.
No! No!
Oh, you got the combo. You got the combo.
I lost to a Hama.
Oh, Hama out here showing chops.
My dog's looking over here and
I'm dummy thick.
I'm
Go get balancer.
Get yourself a balancer, kid.
Yeah. I think that's one thing that the C1 will have. C1 has balancer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's
This
pretty relevant.
thing's got broken legs. The heavy version that technically has more shit on it. I guess because it's got the big back cannon. It's like, whoa. It's all hunchback.
Yeah, it's got
I don't see
Zissa
why a floaty
problems.
suit couldn't have balancer.
Okay, one
I guess specifically floaty support, right? Because I'm pretty sure the heavy has balance. It just doesn't have a combo controller.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Yeah. What you bringing this time, Emblem?
Again,
The other one. Hold on a second.
you can always bring a Faz.
Oh, yeah, I'm so good.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm
You know
not
what's
a
kind of
savant.
funny is that Faz would actually kind of bully this thing a little bit,
Just a bit.
which is kind of fucked up because it can't like outright flinch it or like stagger unless it throws everything at it or like goes in and tries to balls out downswing it.
Mhm.
So it has the output, but it's also having to chunk through all that health and stuff. So like,
By the way, guess how many games
Vulcans
I have?
would stun you, and then the missiles would just be gross because you can't really boost that much.
Damage Control
Say
does help a
games
little
are-
bit. Did I say what?
You said guess how many whats you have?
Games in the Faz that I have.
0. How many Magnum?
Sorry, my dog was just hitting the fireplace. I'm like, what's going on?
What? There's a squirrel in there.
There might be a mouse.
Oh wow. Ow, wow. Does it
Is
say
that
stop?
running away?
But yeah, 170.
Getting a type 2? What the fuck?
It does not. Stay back. Wait for my club to get ready.
Hold up.
Give me like 3 seconds.
They gave me my emergency bazooka.
Mm.
Oh, that-
Yes.
That direct contact.
Wait, what? No, it's done.
You missed.
Hold on. Hold on. My club's getting ready. Wait. Hold my club.
I'm waiting.
Okay.
Pew!
I don't
Thank
care
you
about
for
your
waiting. I appreciate
sandwich.
it.
Let me just get
My
up
dude.
in here. Let me just smooch up.
Oh, get up.
No, not running. Don't you
Hold,
go running
hold,
away from
hold,
me, you
hold.
some bitch. No,
No shit.
Hold
on. Hold on. You wouldn't shoot a man readying up a club, would you?
Fucking... Yes.
Man, I don't care about your
Oh,
sandwich.
shit, you're further back than I thought you were.
I'll eat your sandwich.
I drink your milkshake. Come back.
Okay, I have a stun ready. Hold on. Come back.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm ready now.
And it's on,
Get
your,
him,
it's on
Magnum.
your,
Yeah, you
your
are.
right or your left. Get you. Uh-oh. No.
Damn, you do so much damage.
I got him.
Kill. Hold on, let me ready my club up. Where are you at?
Okay, I'm right here.
My hands this thing.
Ooh, Lottie, he charged.
Got him. Club
Oh,
club successful.
Full charge.
the
Full
clue.
charge.
That high explosive damage.
Oh, you
How?
knocked me.
Wait, did I stun you?
You did.
Interesting. No!
Alright, just play that one safe.
Phew!
Why does it take so long? What's the wind up on this thing? Oh,
It's got
Let
that,
me
it's
get the
got
little
that
bit of-
Zeta swing again. Let me get that.
Oh my gosh.
Let me get that extra pizza pasta on there. Oh man, I'll
Dude,
show you.
no, man.
Look at that.
type 2
Look
is
at that
like,
blade after image.
Like, why, man? That's supposed to be safe after a dodge roll or something. That's why you don't
Oh,
tackle
I
anything
love
and
how
then
it
follow up.
flies. And the transform animation is so good. As far as like the camera pan, it's just like, yep, let me just put it in the right place. No big deal. Ooh. I threw that
Run, Magnum,
way
run.
too far. Yeah, I will. Oof.
Yes. Keep it up, keep it up.
Oof.
Oh,
Good luck.
oh shit,
Who
Goose,
fires
hold on.
first?
Damn it.
Threw that up the chance. Come get it. Oh,
Oh shit, hold on.
Who
I
has
gotta
the
get my
faster
club
trigger
ready.
finger? Let's go.
Ah, yeah, why is it on that side?
that is.
Why is it on that side?
To the left, to the left. Oh. Should look at this man trying to swing. Like he in a raid or something. Oh no. Oh.
Oh man, I got eaten up by the freaking
Uh-oh.
puffin. Don't shoot me in the back, Magnum.
Oh,
Man, I told you
did it.
I did it.
You done, dude.
Oh, that missed. Fuck.
Boop.
You bullies in your multiple instant stuns. Use my ballistics
saw
like
the gun.
like some old suit or something.
I like how we're
Anyone
throwing the
play this
grenade.
thing?
Okay, like woo. It's like I could use a bit of ammo right now, or I could try to get a free stun.
Ah!
It's free real
God,
estate.
536. Should just played a Hama again. Jeez.
I stunned myself with the grenade.
God, the fucking ready
I
up on the
feel ya.
melee is so gross. So slow.
Yeah, I just do the neutral if I do anything with the melee on
Oh
this.
my god.
Ah! No!
Kill confirmed.
Get after image, baby.
Kill secured.
Oh, I thought you were actually gonna do it. No, he did not. In fact, do it. I'm dead.
All right, I have more than
I say he
500
did.
points now. Thank God.
Oh.
Okay, time to bully.
I use my Radome. Where's the swag?
That man
Where's
hiding?
The goose
Right here.
oh yeah, got to repair.
Yeah, you,
All right, get rid of my
you better
frames.
be repairing. Oh, darn it, he's over there. Darn it.
You make me run for it.
Okay, fine.
Ah,
I'll transform and fly
Sir.
out. Sir,
Oh,
take a
he's
knee.
waiting for it. So
I know, I
exactly
transformed.
what he wanted.
No.
oh, it hit.
What? It went past
up,
me
be
on
cool.
my screen. You said bully him. I'm ready. My body is ready. Poof. Poof.
Oh, you get him.
Hey, what are y'all doing? Like some
I'm
collusion?
running. I'm running from Gustav. Ooh, take a knee. Oh no! Gustav,
You guys are
die!
bullies.
No!
Bullies.
I was gonna make. I was gonna make him take a knee and then just ram him. Ram attack.
Ramming speed.
Poof. No! I shot the missile.
I shot the missile.
But I did not shoot the Gustav. Ugh. I am literally out of ammunition. What?
That's the worst.
What?
My legs.
Babba-dabba-dooba-dabba-da.
Shoot the beat.
No!
Let me
No!
live, mother.
No!
Okay, now that he's knocked down. Oh man, come on, let's go.
Oh,
Get your
that
club.
was-
Get your
That
club.
was
club.
pure
Oh
panic.
no, I shot too soon. No, tackle.
Why does it take so long?
It takes
Why does
so
it take
long.
so long? What's that
forever.
It
shitty
takes so
downswing,
long.
man?
The melee like startup and downswings on supports make me cry. It takes too long.
Such a fucking garbage downswing. Like, God, man, who thought that was a good idea?
like watch now.
Oh,
You
poof.
never like this.
No,
outta
I
here,
hit for
Magnus.
It's like,
zero damage.
did you take your fucking melee manipulator
No!
off manual? Because that's what it looked like.
What?
Now they have like autopilot or like macros for animations. It's like someone's like, let me just do melee like freehand today.
Oh, you're talking about like if I was controlling the suit. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I would just make this
Yeah,
shit
pretty
up.
much.
It's like that's way too slow. That's
Yeah,
far
Yeah, I'm
too
gonna
slow.
control the arm.
It's like it's a sword, not a fucking tassel, you dipshit. Fucking just hit
For
the
real,
man
like, what's all
with
this
the
dumb
hurdy
flare?
stick.
Just do it.
Yeah.
What? You hit me definitely after I fired. How?
Oh my god, twice. Let me hit this man in the hand. Wow.
Ooh.
No.
No. No. Yes.
Oof. I
No.
don't know why you
Dang
do
it.
that.
I
I
want-
really don't.
I hate that I can't just transform and be on the weapon I want to be on.
Yay, I am winner! Get me out of
Oh,
here!
come on!
Take that, Methuss! Everybody get the Zeku lines loadout too, baby.
No,
Best support in the game.
Gosh.
Oh god.
Just got to give it a
Okay,
second
okay.
to charge that club.
Okay, we gotta do
The best kill stealer in
we
the
gotta
video
do
game.
one more.
Oh no, he's running it back. He's running it back.
we gotta do one more. I'm gonna do HML versus this thing. I want to actually see some competitors here. I do have a C1 50 cost down that I could run too.
Oh god. I don't want to get bullied. I'm the only other one that's got this thing.
Ooh,
You gotta-
where's
hey,
my
Emblem.
raid at?
Emblem, do you have a
Oh,
C1?
no.
Do you have a C1 emblem?
Hell no.
Do you have an HML?
On my other
This
account,
is I was gonna say this is a guy that actively doesn't spin on support.
I
banners,
know,
so,
but I was just
he
like,
probably
surely
doesn't
he's
have
got
any of that.
surely he's got one of them because he's a raid main. Every like I've got a lot of the raids because I'm a support main.
I have the MP. Do you want me to switch? I can change over. Do you have the C1?
I've got the C1. I'll do it 50 down.
Okay. If you want to, I can switch over and play the
Yeah,
HML. It won't take very
Go
long.
ahead and do it. We'll have all the flying supports in one game and see how it feels. But
Hold.
at 600 though, I think this thing is, unless I'm missing one, maybe third place.
So we're talking
Third, fourth.
C1 Faz Type 2.
C1 Faz,
What else do we got?
MLRS. So I go
Regular
like,
full armor gets up at this too. I don't know what the Type B does.
Type B, maybe. I think we got a level 3 of it now. Zamal.
Hama,
Oh, Hama Hama's actually not
MLRS,
good. Yeah,
I mean,
MLRS. That-
I think I've proven it to Hama
and
Hama and the Zeku are the better.
the Palace Athene gets up there too.
oh, I
'cause,
forgot the
like,
palace. I don't have a single palace rage. And now there's a Zissa up here.
yeah, like if we're talking 600, like I was like, this thing would probably do better at 600, but I also have like so many
Loaded to the game now.
600 supports. I have Hama, I have the Heavy Gundam, I have the Palace Athene, the Type 2 loadout, the C1, all like right here.
I will say
And
though,
most
just
of those will probably do as well, if not better. Not to mention the Gelgu cannon gets up this high too now.
the reason why I would put it above a lot though is the C1 and that. I mean, the C1 is still, I would say, number 1 600 period. But
Join in
like,
now.
okay. But the reason why I would put it so high is because of the heavy stagger, and you can do it from pretty much any angle. You can just fly and just hit somebody, and then your team can follow up, right? Like in team play, I think this thing is definitely probably top 3 to top 5, maybe top 4, even. And it just depends on what kind of play we see come out of the flying mode for 600. You're probably talking top 6 to top 7 and 650. It's again, it's better than average, but probably not the best. I think C1 still is king at 600.
Does headcanon have commit stance?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So like if you're gonna sit there and charge it, you gotta sit there and. So
Well, the neutral has commit stance in general, so
yeah. I think just has more flying potential.
Get to C1! Fully the meta suit.
I'm 50 cost down.
wh-
Leave me alone.
I don't know why boss music just came on as soon as this match started from Saga Frontier. I was like, oh god.
Uh-oh. Shit got real.
Oh no, my legs!
Like, oh.
I don't have legs as soon as I transform.
Oh, come on!
Game over, man! Game
That's
over!
mine.
Oh, thank goodness that was just a grenade. Oh, I should have a follow-up.
Nope,
That's only
no
one swing.
control. You're in the wrong suit, my dude.
Wrong Zeta. Oh, I
Wrong
missed.
The boss
okay,
music
you
is
know
about
what,
to
though?
start when he hits almost no health.
It's getting there.
Train.
The length of this cannon actually betrays the angle a little bit. You did it too. Oh no. Fucking perspective in this game. Still bad. Still not
I hate
good.
this rifle because it's so long.
Underslung, yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of like clearance issues
No, he started
with
you.
suits like these when I don't know what it is about like post Zeta suits and underslinging their weapons, but it's so annoying.
Oh my gosh, he's got double dodge roll now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's in the mode.
Boss mode activate.
It's like I have he's shagging behind the
Take it. Ah!
Look at his
13 health in a
look at him
drink.
go.
He's got low health. He's in raid boss mode now for supports. Oh. I believe Gustav.
Oh, he's charging. Ah, shit.
He's in commit stance.
True commit.
I'm good.
Ah.
I'm so good. No.
No,
No!
dang it, why is the gun
No!
so long?
No, none of that.
No,
sir.
Not having it.
Why is the gun so long? Pew 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 pew. No! I still missed.
Oh, I missed. Fuck.
Ow.
Dodge roll.
Gustav.
Ah!
Uh-oh.
Come on. Whoa. What are you? You just shaved my ear. No.
Oh, he's coming in for it.
Dang it. No. And my tackle's down now. Help. Ah. Take a knee.
Bio just asked me if this is the battle for top support main. But shit, if that's the case, I need to throw.
Yeah, I'm good. I don't want that responsibility.
For real, like shit, you can have it, Magnum. It's not something you would want.
Well, that was easy.
I can
Yeah.
actually kind of feel insulted when people say I'm good in supports.
Oof.
Oh, you killed each other. Kill though.
Well, wait, did I kill you?
I killed Gustav and
Oh,
Gustav
okay.
killed you.
Well, we didn't kill each other then. What? What do you? What? Get over here. Don't go with the cave.
Like,
Don't go with the gear cave.
kinda didn't kill
Look
each
at this,
other.
look at this man in a cave.
Don't go with the gear cave. Oh, I see you
Look,
over there,
Wait
Charlie.
there.
Gear is a
He's
very
charging.
influential guy.
Ah!
Very
Gear cave doesn't
influential
seem that
troll.
bad.
Bullet this man. No, Gustav.
Get him.
Ow.
Oh, hey.
Bye.
I have you now.
Ah!
Oh no, that's on cooldown.
No. No.
Get him. Yeah.
Dude, like support. Do you know what just melee supports and knock out our flight mode is like too good? Some might even say it's hilarious.
Ow.
Hey, what are y'all doing? Huh?
Hey, you have the highest
Get outta
score. We're going for priority.
Oh, okay. Now we're playing by the rules, huh?
No. Ah.
Who's up?
Oh no, the explosion. Ah.
The double dodge roll, no. Oh no, what's going on in there? I can't see. There's a
I get my ass
there's a
beat.
giant pile
Goddamn.
of snow.
Oh shit! I only have one rocket. No.
Wait,
Oh,
what
God.
the? Oh no.
Oh no,
The fucking turn
reload
speed
news.
is coming into play here.
Oh my god, I lived. Gear, that one's for you, buddy. Gear K for the win. Holy cow.
Oh my god.
Oh, hey, it's Magnum. Oh, I missed. Oh, hey, Magnum.
That entire like encounter was me just desperately trying to whip the camera around and the turning speed kicking my ass. Like, God, no neutral shot or
If you
anything.
see the support in its natural environment running away from the threats, you talking about the general lineup, right?
Ow! Boom!
Get me out of here.
No!
Oh, thank goodness.
Oh no!
Oh.
Haha!
Whoa,
Support
transfer.
tricks! Yeah! I forgot. I play this suit. Yeah, got him. No! Double dodge roll! Oh!
What is happening here?
Ah, stop. Oh my god, why does it take so long?
Yes!
No, why does it take so long to ready up? No!
No!
I think that.
Okay. I forgot transforming tricks. You gotta transform to ignore stuns. Duh.
Not in a flight suit. Like,
Well, I mean, in support flight suits, you do. You use that transform to not get stunned.
Come here, Gustav.
if there's a window for that, it's very small. Like
Oh,
when I
yeah.
transform and get hit by something, I get hit out a lot. Like just by neutral stuns and shit. Like if anything, that's dangerous
ya.
to transform in front of somebody.
Ooh, bouncer.
No! Don't hit me!
Oh, my health, where'd it go? Oh my gosh. Ah, shit. Damn it, I lost. Damn it. Nobody look. This is the General Zeta. I just borrowed this.
I'm gonna blame it on being 50 costs down.
Yes, let's go with that. I was bullying Magnum. I was taking advantage of his cost down. Also, I should embrace this. Yes, best support main. So that means you should definitely request raids because I hate playing them. So you guys should torture me with raid picks on my suit request going forward from this point on.
By all means.
Yes. Ooh, man, those raids.
Okay, so final thoughts on the Methuss Kai.
I think it's definitely worse than the Hama Hama, the Zekuines Type 2, and the HML. For sure.
Yep. It's a bad robot. But no. It's fine.
Yeah,
It
pretty
does
good.
good output. Still want to see firsthand how it does with the bazookas, but it's serviceable.
Yeah, I think Bazookas is definitely a step up from where it is right now, and even with it where it is right now, just having that heavy stagger on the charge and being able to kind of just come at any angle in a game and just being like pop. That's a pretty big deal with how easy it is to fire. There's no weird aiming nonsense. It's just it takes your camera, puts you in the middle of the screen, and the gun and the aiming thing is right on top of each other. It's so easy to shoot. I mean, it's just the best thing ever. Like, I love it. It's so good. It's so easy
They
to
had
shoot.
they had to make it easy because of how easy it is to stun out of the sky.
Pretty much. But yeah. Other than that,
I kind of wonder though. One thing that I saw. Do you think like it makes sense if you're not like quite lined up for a shot to have the cannon readied up so your hitbox is a little bit smaller? Because like I noticed that when it's like not used, it's up, but when you're ready with it, it
It's
kind
like
of
slightly tilted.
oh yeah,
kind of like how you would run the shield when you're moving around on like the guard custom and stuff.
Mm.
Maybe it doesn't matter too much though.
but yeah, I think
It could help a little bit depending on what you're trying to hide behind.
Yeah, like your raid.
the again the heavy stagger though. I'm curious to see how it affects team games, and I'm curious to see what it can do in just normal rated. But I think just being able to pop a heavy stagger on somebody and your team follow up on that is going to be really nice. Other than the C1, there's nothing they can really do that support-wise as easy. And you got a bunch of, when you're on the ground, you got a bunch of stuns. It's going to be the best thing about
It's
the
actually
bazooka.
like a reverse C1, right? Because like heavy stagger on ground, pierce on flight.
Yeah.
If anything, I actually like that order better.
Yeah, I kind of wish it was the opposite, but it's different. They're every time they just take a mechanic and throw it in a different spot on the supports, and that seems to be what they're just doing right now for supports. Is just like, let's put this on it, but limit it because support packs, and then
I mean, it's the same thing they did with the FS too, right? Literally reverse the animation for the downswing compared to the beta.
yeah. But anyway, I think I have any other questions. I mean, we covered the percentage for the you're doing just the pew 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 thing. The damage output on that's not too bad either. Just to pop one, and if you got to transform.
Yep. Two PPUs and you get your consecutive stun if you land them all. So
Hey, look, there's another lobby for our password. I wonder what's going on in there.
practice day.
But yeah, let's go ahead and got nothing else on that. We can go ahead and move into the patch notes and cover the rest of the stuff. It's like, why is there a 4th page? But yeah, I forgot. They decided to mention all the stuff about, hey, Hathaway's Flash is a thing.
That's
Yeah, the
away.
Twitter's got it all over the place, man.
It's
Everybody-
probably the most they posted about anything that isn't relevant. Like, oh,
Oh
there's a
yeah,
Gundam movie. We kind of had to.
bosses. The bosses are like, you post about the Hathaway. I'm like, yes, sir, we sure will.
Yeah,
We only get posts once a week from them. Otherwise,
I don't know about you guys, but I had a lot of comments before Banner last night about, so what do you think they're putting in from Hathaway's? And I'm like, absolutely nothing.
For real, right?
They already did
literally
it.
the
They already
only thing
done.
that they said is that they're extending the event, and that's only because it got delayed.
We're getting that normal suit. And that's it. We have to get Shar's counterattack first.
Cool.
Although I personally think they should put a Gustav Karl banner in at some point, and it has a goose emblem.
Oh my
for
god!
it.
Yes.
I would love to see some like content creation themed stuff, but I mean, we don't exist on the internet as far as they're concerned.
No,
so
we're
that would
barely
never
a
happen.
blip. Like,
Yeah.
who would it have to be? It would have to be someone big that did like a promotion thing.
Mm-hmm.
We'd probably sooner get like if they ever did a collab with like some VTuber group or something.
Oh, for sure. It'll be doggo ears or something, or eye patch. I think there's like a Char VTuber or something. Get him in there. Put a shark on it or something.
But as far as the rest of the patch notes goes, we've got the normal suit for AU1 back in. Gaz L and R were on the. Of course, they have some typo going on. The Gaz L and the Gaz L. Gaz L blue and Gaz L red. Level 3.
That sounds like one of my nicknames. Yes, Gaz Blue, Gaz Red. That sounds about right.
They're both Gazelles. But anyway, they got both level 3, so both the L and R now have a 600 cost. And a banner. Secondary banner. Which also should have been what the Vertex was last week.
I don't
That's
see why the
beside the
Gauze
point.
banner wasn't the primary. We don't need new suits anymore.
Oh, there it is. Okay, anyway.
That's
Little
super lame.
carryover salt. Little carryover salt. No big deal. But yeah, what do we think
I was
about
saying
Still
the
just
other day
working
that
hard.
like they could have at least put the Gazelle and R banner last banner and it would have been fine.
right?
Yeah, they should take more breaks. BBC is working real hard, putting out all that content every week. They should go ahead and
have
just give us some more duplicate banners for a little bit, you know?
yeah, their IT crew is asleep, but boy oh boy are they putting out that content.
So yeah, what do we think of the 600 Gaz L and R? Falling off by that point? That's 600, so I mean, at that point, Rick Diaz 2.
I think that's another serviceable category.
I don't know. Like, I think. I mean, I guess if you don't have like a Zeta or even the Dryson at that point.
I mean, the important thing to remember about the Dryzen is that even though it has that instant knockdown, it still only has 2 priority. If you're filing weapons on it, you can just keep slapping the shit out of it. Especially if it actually fucks up on the commit.
Does the blue Gaz have level 3? Or is it just level 2?
2. So I mean you're gonna be clashing is what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
it's not like it has priority 3 where it's gonna bowl right through your shit.
And I think it's got enough with the consecutive that can actually break its all the skills.
Yeah, and I mean
I
if
think we
not,
need those
then
suit flow skills.
it should do a decent amount of damage if it hits with all of it even Even if somehow that doesn't done.
Perfect Zeongue, I have all the skills.
Right?
Yeah.
The ultimate
could it
land
not?
in spacesuit.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Give us perfect Gundam and actually haven't had the fucking water cannon to boot.
Yeah, Plamo Shira, let's go.
We just need more kit bashes and more variants. No big deal.
For real.
Just
Turn this into a.
I kind of want them to have like a really bonkers promo and just to see what the main like player base does. Like, will they think it's stupid? Will they think it's amazing? Like, it's never been done, so we don't really know.
I think it would go over really well. There are some that would be like, oh, you're ruining the sanctity of my pure Gundam or whatever, but I think it'd go over pretty well.
yeah, I think it'd be pretty interesting if they did something just crazy. As long as they just don't go like, I mean, we kind of talked about this already, but I think it'd be interesting if they worked on like another engine and then in between did like,
If they knew Genesis GBO2.
oh my god,
I'm down.
there we go. But like in between while they're working on it, like do for GBO3 essentially, and then in between do like a next 2 kind of thing. Only without all the problems.
Next
Not
two would be
possible.
amazing.
Not possible. Nope. I just don't know where they would go. Like, I don't see a 3 coming out. I literally see the new Genesis problem, right? If they actually do a new game with how much money people have spent just on suits, like, I could see like there being a big player base backlash in that same sense. Obviously, it's not cosmetics. Oof. That are going to be the big thing people miss. So like just suddenly having a reset on all the suits is going to be kind of awkward. So I'm curious if they do 3 at this point without doing like a next in between.
And technically they already had to do it for GBO1 and next. I think they only got like maybe legacy tokens and that's about it.
Yeah, because I know when Next closed down, they gave out tokens in game for people depending on what level they were.
So they might do that if they do like a next 2, but I'm just curious if they just went into 3.
Yeah, they'll
If there would be
no. I feel like we're giving them too much credit and that they would just do it again. New Genesis is definitely an interesting step in a different direction from what people normally do, but normally you just start fresh, suck it up, you paid the money. I hope you actually had the money to spend. Like, it's that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting though. Like, there's been, obviously this is more Western backlash for some of the other games, but like, there's been a lot of recent like backlash for a lot of games just because they're like, we're doing a second one. They're like, but what about all my MTX? So I just wonder if it's finally hitting in Japan as well, with specifically New Genesis maybe being the example.
I don't know though, because like, I get it, and I've definitely seen people bitch about it, but they're still right in line to get that game, and they do that same shit all over again. So like, there's no backlash monetarily to like give them a proof of concept that people are really tired of it. It's like, now people like flexing money. People are actually happy to blow money. Like, I know that's kind of baffling for some people that don't have a lot of it, but like, people spend beyond their means and otherwise all the fucking time.
Look at sports games. Oof.
Yeah, man.
I think to spin on
sports
FIFA,
games or sports games or your average Call of Duty run.
Yeah. That too. Oh man. But
I feel like Overwatch and like maybe some of these other like team-based games kind of hit like a different group that's typically more frugal. Maybe a little less normie. but they're gonna learn real quick.
Right.
People do not give a fuck about their wallet, and they really don't have to.
I've heard sometimes the backlash, as far as like some of the verbal backlash, or verbal might not be the word, but online backlash, it's pretty rough when it comes to Japan if they ever have any kind of issue with people. So I just wonder if that's one of the
A lot
reasons
of
why.
polite messages.
Yeah, I just wonder if that's one of the
Sternly
reasons
worded,
with New Genesis. I don't know. I'm just kind of curious if.
Japan definitely has a thing about having people in staff, whether they throw someone under the bus or otherwise, holding that L, and definitely a lot about, especially in mobile games, like compensation tokens or items or whatever. And I feel like that's typically the extent of it. Then people just scream into the void or at each other when it's not enough. Kind of like, what was it? That one really bad clan outage or something. They were like, was actually cutting into like dailies or something for us.
Here's
And
10
we're like, they
tokens.
better give us those tokens back and shit. And they gave us like some, but not all of it.
Yeah, like 10. It's like what?
Good luck, kid.
Yeah,
Some
see you
people
later,
actually
bud.
lost more than that. What
See you
is
for the next banner. Okay.
Okay,
I'll
you
be
can have those
there.
back in a week.
I gotta do it for the content. I'm sorry. Here I
Right.
go.
Yeah.
Well, there's something interesting that I saw, and people were talking about that. I think for Genshin, I think when it came to like, oh, and there's this guy who's like, oh, well, I had self control and I saved my tokens, blah blah blah, and it's like you're still spending the time in the game though, like you're still playing to their tune. Just because you're not like throwing out extra money doesn't mean that you won't later on down the line, or that you playing the game isn't enough to actually satisfy their metrics. So you're not really getting a leg up on anybody. If anything, it's just you sitting there with less shit than everybody else, or wasting more time to get the same result.
I mean, that's really kind of the trade-off in a lot of these is time versus, somebody throwing money. Because it's
Right.
essentially like that's kind of my thing with a lot of free-to-play games. Can you essentially make up and compensate with time what somebody can do with money? And as long as you can do that, and it's a viable strategy, if you will, then I'm kind of okay with it. That's pretty much what I'm working on right now with that one series. I'm just trying to get better at editing and stuff right now. But GBO2 is on that list of things. Might be the first one to come out. Everyone gets done first, but yeah, that's kind of been always my thing with a lot of free to play games. Like the biggest, most egregious one was the I think I've talked about this before on here. I know I've told you guys about it in chat in general, but Skyforge.
Ooh,
Like
yeah.
Skyforge was so pretty much the way Skyforge worked. I know I talked to Gustav about it for sure, but
You
I
probably
can't
talked to
remember.
me. I just don't remember the name.
Yeah. So Skyforge, essentially your character was a god. You kind of died, but then you came back as a god instead.
Got better.
Yeah, you got
You're
better.
Kira Yamato. Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
keep
pretty
going.
much. And then just making jokes about that. Oh my gosh. I was just like, we're talking about like, so how would he exist in like a tabletop? I'm just like, well, I carry around a nuke and I explode it next to me anytime I want, and I just somehow I'm good. Deal.
Are we Hero Yui now, or are we still Kira? Which one is this now?
Oh, oof.
Mission accepted.
Oof. Yes. Yes.
Like explosions going off next to people. We need to specify.
Both. Well, this is both. That's just
Okay.
just the. But anyway, so your character is now a god or whatever, and you got this expansive tree to put points in. Well, your points, and I don't, apparently the game still exists, but they already messed up so bad and anyway, here's the shortest version that I can come up with. But like,
Oh no.
you had a weekly amount of XP in the form of like it's progression. So your level is like a power level instead of an actual level. And as you spend your XP, so like as you gain resource, you can spend it to increase your character's power, essentially. So there was
Mm.
technically kind of like an XP thing. There was a money thing, and you spent your money on making your character stronger. So you had to spend your money, you had to spend your essentially XP, which was 3 different resources. So depending on the quest you got red XP, blue XP, and green XP. And each one was kind of more for damage, defense, and like ability kind of points. And you would it's a huge tree that you would go across, and that's how you unlocked all the other classes is by going to that part of the
Oh
tree
no.
and then getting to the class. Well, the thing is, if you didn't plan on doing DPS or whatever, you wouldn't want to spend the points to get to that part, and you would only want the damage nodes because again, you're only allowed so much of this resource a week. Well,
Mm.
if you started a week after me, if either of you started a week after me, uh, there was no catch-up system. So I had
You're
a
just gonna
week's
be a week
worth,
ahead all the time.
yeah, forever. Yeah, oh, but they finally did for everything except for money. Which guess what? You could pay real money to buy their currency to transfer that into the in-game currency money. So if you spent real money, you could essentially get ahead of people. Well, that was limited, and that was never on the catch-up system. So, period, you would have to spend if you started. I think it was 6 months after I started. We figured it up. It was like $500 just to catch up to me if you were about a half a year behind. Every half a year is about $500.
Woo.
Yeah.
Do you have to spend money?
I mean, if you want to do
To
the
catch
in-game
up.
content, or if you wanted to do the
Oh,
PvP,
catch up.
they had a
Sure.
big
Okay.
PvP tournament that didn't scale anybody. So whoever spent the most money won. Which I was big on the free to play, so I was like, okay, guys, I'm competing in the in-game content and stuff as a free to play player just because I started 3 months after the release, so I wasn't that far behind, but I was money behind essentially. So anybody who whaled
Mm.
was the people doing the in-game content currently and on the bleeding edge and coming up with strats. And when they would release a new thing, I pretty much was struggling to just barely marginally do the DPS just to keep up with the people that had welled. And I got lucky. If my RNG wasn't crazy during the events, then there was events. Well, the one that I heard of after I quit was they came out with an item that would multiply your damage by 20 times, meaning
Sounds good.
you were literally
Ooh.
20 people as a DPS.
Let's go.
So you could just like one
Let's
shot
go.
everything by yourself if you had this item. And then like a week after the event, they patched it because apparently it was a typo and it was supposed to be 0.02% damage increase,
Oh.
Oops.
not a like what is that 20,000 damage increase percentage.
Mm.
Like what? I mean at that point they outraged people because mostly to get these, unless you had crazy RNG to get the on the important ones, or you had stuff saved up, you weren't getting them without spending $500 probably each event. So it was, or you had to stay up all day. So pretty much remember ranked in Gundam, how everybody was
Mhm.
like it's just whoever played the most. That's how you had to compete to do the spins to get random amounts of resource to get to the end of the essentially season pass, if you will, or whatever the battle pass, or whatever the games are doing these days, where you fill the bar up and then you get all the rewards. So
Mhm.
unless you were
Right.
getting first place every day, and this was every day, so that means literally at 3 a.m. till 3 a.m. you're racing to get first place.
And was it an average system, like between the different things, or
No, it was literally that
was it
day
just accumulative over the entire day?
you were competing each day. So, and it was accumulated over the entire day. So
I guess technically that's worse. That's actually worse than GBO2.
yeah, so unless you were just in a sleeping bracket that day,
Mhm.
you know, because people were working or whatever, and I think eventually they expanded to top 3. But yeah, it was awful. Like the whole thing was just the biggest pay to win thing ever. And then eventually I just couldn't compete. And then once I couldn't compete, I was just like, well, I mean, I've got time, but I can't actually do anything with these guys, so yeet. And because they just kind of outscaled me, because again, if you were already ahead, you got a little bit stronger than everybody else anyway. So since they just scaled higher people faster, it was really dumb. And then again, the PvP didn't scale for that tournament, so we had a clan of like we ended up getting second place at least though. And then the biggest nail in the coffin there, they were going to give us $2,000 for the clan.
Oh,
And
I
then
remember this now.
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
wow,
here we
real
go.
money payout.
Yeah. We got like second or third place, and we ended up with $2,000. I think it was second.
The money didn't.
Oh, and I've
That's
also
not
got
bad,
proof.
wow.
I also got proof, and they like really were like, you're gonna unlist that YouTube video right now, and I'm like, I've still got it, like, because I was just like, screw these guys. But because we were like the top 3, one of the top 3 biggest clans, and literally the clan leader, he spent $3,000 just to build the clan. Like either you had to spend real money, or you had to have everybody in the clan donate some of their progress that week. So you got to give up your leveling, essentially. You got to give up some of your power level to build a clan. Everybody does. Or the clan leader can just spend $3,000 to automatically max it out. So yeah,
That's pretty gross.
yeah. There's
Dedication
that,
to the game.
and that's how you can enter their raids. And I will say the reason why I stayed with the game so long is their raids and their PvE content was probably some of the best mechanics and best content I've ever played PvE wise. Like it's probably maybe even the best I've played. It was really good. Like all the mechanics and stuff were very tight. Like the bosses were great. The raid bosses were fantastic. Like the mechanics were, it was amazing. Just the most pay to win game at the same time I've ever played in my life. But yeah, they pretty much for the payout for the $2,000, we were gonna split it between like the officers and the clan lead, which ended up being me at the time. And then the other officers. So I had to like decide who was. I had to type out this thing deciding who gets what. And well, they then wanted us to send like our bank account information, like social, a picture of like driver's license and all that info through an email, and then to Russia.
To Russia.
Yeah,
Holy cow.
it's a
Russian does that, I would say.
Russian dev game. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, and so the thing is, it was like I think it was Obsidian Entertainment, and they were communicating with them. So we had to go through like just to get anything done with the game, we had to go through. So like even though we won a round in the tournament, but the game said we lost. But then the game also was saying we won when they did a little news thing. In the past, clan wars, blah blah blah. You know, LOA defeated so and so, and it's like, we didn't get any rewards, so you know, so and that was the video that I recorded, and they were like, take that down, and I'm like, really?
No.
So yeah, pretty much that was an interesting situation with that. But the thing is, the yeah. Anyway, they want us to send all that information not only just through email, but then to Russia at the same time through another email, and I'm like, well, this is how they're
What was
getting
the
us.
how much was the prize money again?
The what was $2,000 is what we would have gotten. But
Yeah,
the thing
I'm
is,
not sure why
they
would have needed
also
that.
had the players pay into the prize pool. So to build the prize pool up, they had people just donate to the prize pool. Well, the thing is with
So
that,
it's like the TI for Dota, right?
yeah, pretty much. But the thing is, they just made it really hard to get the payout. So they were like, or we could give you in-game currency, the real money currency, and you could take that instead. or send us all of your
Hell no.
information so that we can steal your identity, pretty much. And I'm like,
I mean,
or,
let me dive
well,
on my new
we
guys
won't
real
steal
quick.
your identity, but you know, the person probably siphoning our email information will do that.
Cybersecurity at its strongest back then, Magnum. What's the problem?
Oh my gosh.
Have tears, coward.
Ugh. That's another topic.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah, yeah, so that was the thing. So there we go, big tangent. But most pay to win game I've ever played, and like, back to the main point, if it's something where I can put in more time and it, you know, you can still get results that somebody who throws in money, I'm okay with that. 10 out of 10, let's go. I mean, technically, EVE Online is now a free game that if you can pretty much start a character from free and then turn it into a subscription-based character from scratch, from literally nothing, which is pretty cool. So, like, if the games do it right, I don't care too much if there's some money transaction stuff going on. Like, but
games like Eve definitely benefit from having that that login and playtime too, and they want you to stay in there.
oh yeah,
So
oh, you kind of
that kind of
have
stuff
to
works out,
if you're going to be
especially if
successful.
you want to get to that. Yeah.
Or you at least need someone on at every time zone, at the very least. But yeah, but anyway, back to the notes in the ticket shop and the.
Wait,
Oh,
this
yeah,
is
we
a
were talking
podcast about
about
Gundam?
Get out of here. We're on
What?
hour 2.
Yeah, my bad on that tangent. My bad on that tangent.
By
We
the
got
way,
into
that
free to
entire
play.
story is a story that you told before at least 2 times
Probably
on the
2
podcast
times.
at this point.
Probably 2 times. I might feel strongly about that game a little bit. Might
Just
have
a
some,
little bit.
just some residual salt.
We've been around for a bit, folks.
But anyway, the ticket shop and stuff. Here's more of the bulk again, other than the new suit. Here's the
Yeah, I was gonna say, once again, the shop's saving the banner for anyone who was kind of like so on the suit itself.
yeah.
A lot of good shit in here.
Nemo 1, I want it so bad, or Nemo 3 level 1 and 2. I want
Yeah.
the level 1 so bad. I am so tempted because it's only like 185 tickets, but it's gonna short me just enough if they put in the Palace Athene soon, and I feel like it's coming. But
Nemo 3, same principle as the Methuss, except it doesn't scoot, which is better in my book.
and the shot timings are faster. Do we actually have those, the cooldown time for both guns?
I could.
Because I feel like one is
Nemo
level
3.
Yeah, Nemo 3. The other suit they put in though is the heavy level 3, the heavy Gundam, and the GM Striker Kai level 3. For Emblem, do you think the Kai stands up in space at what cost would that be? Is that 450 or is that 400?
I think it's 450.
Either way,
it's at 350.
I mean, at that point,
real
you
quick
have
with the demo, 3.5 seconds ready up.
Oh wow!
Or time between for the rifle, the beam rifle, not the gun, and the cannon is 4.5.
Wow, dude! No wonder you can just, rock that
speed.
back and forth. Okay,
I usually just pop them with the beam rifle and then follow up with a cannon shot. I mean, I'm no support main by any means, but I do think the Nemo 3 is kind of fun.
Yeah, I need to buy that.
The standard.
Like, it is the suit that can compete with the detector. Yeah, I'm buying it. I'm pulling the trigger right now. One moment.
And the travel speed with the beams too is really nice.
Yeah. Yo, Katarina.
Yeah, usually if I have to play support in the cost range, my go-to's in Nemo 3, even though I'm a garbage fire in it, but you know, get there sometimes. Actually, I have a video on YouTube that's like, OMG, Nemo 3 still got it, best support ever, like all caps with some exclamation points on our YouTube channel. of being a
OMG, Nemo 3.
sub-average Nemo 3 game. Hashtag sellout.
Hashtag YouTube.
Like, I need to get that Thunderbolt game up too that I linked to you. Like, the funny thing is I know the end of the score was like crazy high over the enemy teams, and then like I was like, yeah, that'll be a good one. I'll link it to Emblem real quick. And then when you watch it, you're like, you're missing a lot, and I'm like, damn, how did we end up with that high score? I sucked this game, dude. How did we end up with like 20k to like 6? This is dumb. How even? I had to fight for those kills too. That Mark II going around with his like Vulcan pod. Stop.
Just looking at you and your health's going down. Like, what the?
No.
Come on now.
The Vulcan pod of the Mark II. He was chasing an enemy with like 100 health. Like if he hit him with one Vulcan, the enemy. I was the ace. This was an ace match. I was the ace as a full armor Thunderbolt, and I'm like, stop! I just need to hit him with one rocket. Just leave him to me. I've got this.
Leave him alone.
And then like he's just, just flying around. Like, why are you doing this?
I got this, bitch. I got him. Don't worry.
No, you
I
don't.
got
I'm the
you,
ace.
man. Like,
I'm
no,
the
you don't.
ace.
No, you don't. Stop helping me.
Get behind me, Mr. Ace. I got this.
Oh my gosh!
It's a tricky one, sir. Stay behind me.
Luckily,
Got the
Liquid
maneuvers.
Worm, he might juke and get you. I can't let him through. You will not pass. Like, I
got
needed
it.
to pass.
I gotta kill him. I gotta hunt him down, and then finally I hit the dude. And I was just like, oh my gosh, it was so hard because like
He's like, nice
I'm
shot,
back.
sir. Oh, uh-oh.
Had a little lag for a second there. Mag was like frozen like this, and I was just like,
Oh. He's getting a little scary.
But yeah, I got the Nemo 3 now. I'll definitely try that one out. I've been wanting that thing for a long time. So if they somehow decide to put the Palestine in, I guess I'm doing some 10 spins to get some tickets. Now watch, it'll actually give me new stuff this time. And I'll be mad.
yeah, they're gonna bait you hard, Magnum.
Oh, it's gonna be brutal.
They're gonna bait me hard. Like I've got like 90 some tokens right now. They're just gonna bait them all for the Palestine.
Oh, thank you.
And
But if you spend a little bit more, you'll get it.
They're gonna give me like every general, every level of every general that came out that I don't want in the past like 10 weeks. Like I'll get like
how fast did you spin on a like support only banner that just covers all the seats from this year?
That'd be a cool banner, actually. Just have like a category banner.
I mean, I need a Zissa
categorical banners
and
cool.
Palace Athene. I think is really the only thing, other than I guess now the Nemo 3 level 2. I guess would be one that wouldn't be too bad to have. I've got pretty much. I mean, Zissa and Palace Athene, I think, are the only two that I really am missing. Oh, and the Shiki, full armor Shiki. If I have those three,
that's
I think
a good one though.
Those are the three that I need. Not just one. I need those. Those are insanely good. But yeah, the Nemo 3 really good. Can recommend. If I had to place it, it is definitely top 3. If not, I don't know if I would say the top 2 even. I would say the Detector might edge it out depending on the situation.
But if you're a real new type, big brain player, the Nemo 3 is better, probably. Don't worry, we'll put a link in the description below of some high tier Nemo 3 play on the deserted city map for everybody.
Well, you got to do it now.
Well, yeah,
I got you.
Just link me that.
Yeah, hands are tied. I'm gonna force Magnum to push my content on the podcast.
Hey, there we go.
Yes.
That's what the description.
Well, we were always talking about that, those highlighter play of the day kind of things.
Yeah, I've been kind of wanting to do that. I think that'd be kind of an interesting thing to do. We could even do that as a segment on here. Hey.
I mean, that's what I meant.
Oh, well then, yes. Yeah.
Excellent idea, Gustav.
Yes.
I was like, what were we talking about before then?
I'm sorry. I need more energy to compute. Magnum.exe is not working right now. It's too late, and I'm still probably gonna stay up for another hour and a half to 2 hours.
Although that being said, they do have user submissions every, I think, what is it, Sunday on Gaming Emblem?
Oh
On
yeah,
Twitch.
there we go.
And by user submissions, I mean I get videos from like Koraz and Victor and like Gear.
In other words, please send more. Jesus Christ, please
Gaming
send this
Emblem.
man more games.
Yeah, GamingEmblem@gmail.com. Send me your YouTube videos of your submission videos. We'll watch them on stream. The idea is to help people get better. It's premature into highlight reels. I don't care. Just send me some VODs. We get videos from Magnum every now and then, where he whiffs around in space of jazz playing in the background. I'm just gonna hijack one of Gustav's VODs one day, and we'll
No.
watch one.
No.
I need to,
I have been
Magnum
doing more
voice.
highlights, but like I'd have to get them out of the raw recordings then, because I'm assuming it's preferable if it's just like the gameplay itself, right?
Oh, for sure. Although, I mean, I've had Alshi submit too, and if the cam's there, it's not a real big deal.
Sometimes it's funny because I know, like, I made one of them that I submitted to you. It was like you were like so and so, and then I said the same thing. Yeah, that. Or like it was reversed around, something like that. Yeah, but yeah. GM Striker Kai. What do you think of that at 450? I think there's better. I'd say save tickets on that one personally, especially at 450.
I mean, you have other strikers that are better at that cost. That are actually, I think,
that's right.
Space specifically set up too. So like,
And
even those people are kind of lukewarm on using.
Yeah,
so yeah, there are definitely other raids.
I don't know that,
but it is serviceable. You can do weapon cycling on it. I've seen Asian run it pretty aggressively, regardless of cost. It's just like one of his favorites raid-wise for space. Which, considering that he's typically a support guy, is saying something that he's getting in there.
Oops-sama. Then we have the heavy Gundam. Personally, at that point, the problem with the heavy Gundam still is the same issue. It has good damage. I've seen it, like, don't we have a level 4 of the heavy now?
Yeah, it goes up to 600.
Yeah, like I've seen it like at its max level, like decimate the damage numbers. But
and it pierces on charge, and it does like dummy thing damage. But it has to do shit in between that.
Yeah, and you don't have any stun really that's reliable to save a teammate or help unlock somebody, so it's got some problems there. And it kind of carries. So if you're a secondary support, then there you go. Or if you're a new type in the heavy Gundam and that's your Dom Barrage, then Intensify. It does have a Gatling, so it is Intensify approved. But I probably would say save tickets, because at this point, that's a 3-star. That's a lot of tickets. And yeah, so if you're saving for anything else coming up, might be something I would hold off on. But yeah, otherwise, if it's not your suit, I cannot recommend the heavy at all. But Nemo, 185 tickets, easy grab right there. I just got it, especially after hearing the timing on the gun swaps. Pretty sexy. Then in the DP store, we got some really cool stuff here. The Gunner level 2, kind of nice. They should buff it back to what it was, just saying. Full Armor Gundam Type B level 1 is finally in the DP store. It got buffed recently. Still think it might be missing something, but it definitely feels a whole lot better than what it did. Being able to use those missiles to actually get a stun off is nice. And the Zaku Flipper level 1 and 2 got put into the DP store, which is pretty amazing. Like, if you can get good with punching and shooting with its gun, I think it is probably one of the best. I think it's the best space raid at both its cost. What do you think on that one, Emblem?
The Flipper, it's definitely pretty good.
especially with the
You said
new
flipper, right?
change. Yeah, the flipper with the new change to
Okay,
show
make sure I heard that
elevation.
right.
I think that having a flipper to where it gets rid of the radar and you can't really see, I think that is just pretty much makes it, if you can aim and do well in space with it, it is just one of the scariest things that exist.
Oh, for sure. I mean, even on the ground, it's pretty nice too. The anti-air machine gun is just so strong. Assuming you can aim, which I can't, so you know, I
Yeah, that's
get
my
I get
problem.
subpar results. But yeah, it's a nice one for sure.
Yeah, I cry with it.
Yeah, same with the the vertex and like the Dija. Whenever I play, I was like, oh man, I know these raids are good, and I want to be good at them, but like the aiming skill cap is too high for me. I'm unga bunga.
Honestly, I thought about doing the thing where I get some of those little extensions and stuff. If I don't like mod a controller so that it has more tension, just getting that extension so that it's kind of same thing, only different. But yeah, that's just aiming on controllers is a big problem for me. Know that, Phil?
Yeah, it's just one of those things that anytime people are like, I would rather play this on PC so I could aim, and someone's just like, turning speed. Kind of can't do that. Because if they try to do the whole like rapid scrolling thing that they do in like World of Tanks or anything else, that would be a fucking disaster.
I wonder if they could.
It makes me wonder if they'll just get rid of that if they ever do another game. It's nice that they actually like visually quantify the metric now so that we know. Yeah, turning speed being a thing is both a neat and also kind of hindering thing for this game.
I mean, just look at MSGO2. Like, you don't have to worry about it there. So
Yeah, like they could never get away with doing that on PC unless they really wanted to slow the game down. Like that would be absurd.
I mean, I already tried to redo the controls with some software so that I could play with mouse and keyboard. It was weird. Never
Man.
again. Though it might just be the problem of adapting a controller into mouse and keyboard. But yeah. Also, never again. But anyway, Gustav, do you have any thing on the flipper or the gunner or the full armor type B?
All serviceable. At some of those higher costs, it might be a bit dicey, but they all serve their purpose. Type B, at the very least, they touched on recently, and it seems to have made it better. I haven't had a lot of chances to run it just because I don't have the
Right.
Type B on Ginny. So like my brain when it comes to like meta suits is having, you know, I've been having to force myself to do just more like typical stuff. Which means I'm always like evaluating, is this a good idea in terms of the suit? And more often than not, the answer is no.
Unnerf the gunner, please.
I agree.
Should buff the gunner at this point.
Yeah, unnerf it and then buff it.
That too.
It's got such little utility. It was kind of cool when it was like one of the faster supports at the time because it was a Gundam, but like, and that's not a thing anymore.
But the last thing, clan ranked. We have 606v6 target shuffle, tropical desert, and it's still a chance for the IMO Garibaldi Alpha top 100.
Hey.
And the top 10 can get the Type 61 MBTA tank gray version.
What?
Is that an emblem?
Yep.
Oh, I was like, what the hell are you? What?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Emblem things for the clan emblem stuff.
I was like, they're giving away like map tanks. Like that's awesome.
That'd be infinitely cooler.
That's
Like
a
if
cool
someone-
one. I like that picture.
Like if somebody won, and if they like got into the tank, you could actually have it be something else, or like deploy a different thing from a cap point.
That'd be cool. I will say though, the tank picture looks really cool. It's just now it's like, oh yeah, top 10. I'm just like, oh man.
Me,
oh, it is top 10?
I wonder why they're holding back on announcing a new suit. Are they just waiting for Annie at this point, or are they just like upping the standard in terms of like
Maybe they're
how long they have a suit rotate for? Because it feels like we've been going longer than we normally do. But the
I've
last one
built-
was
I'm
also
pretty
long
sure we
because
have.
of that delay.
Hmm.
I mean, this is what number is this technically now? This is 61, and it was top 100 started at 57, and like the last time it was maybe 1 or 2 after the when top 100 started, and they were like next suit. So yeah, we're going on. This is the 4th after the top 100 started, so you know.
Because usually, like, what, 3 tops or so? I
Yeah,
feel
2
like
or
that
3.
sounds right.
I think 3's been the longest we've had. So
It's getting a little long in the tooth now.
I mean, I'm okay with it having another chance because I kind of want the suit. At the same time, like, what's kind of the holdup? I just wonder if they can't decide, or they just are like, I don't. I mean, we just kind of got the Vertex, and then they did a lazy banner.
Oh
I mean,
god.
they could just put the slave
Dude,
raid full armor.
they're on vacation, okay? They gotta take breaks too, probably. Let's ignore the fact that it's all preloaded content. They need vacations.
Yeah. But more vocation.
This gives them time to balance the game.
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
you that saw that on Twitter? Like, or was it somebody?
Oh, no.
Maybe Dominant told me. Like, I think it was Dominant. Somebody told me like, yeah. Someone's like, they're taking a break so they can do more to balance the games. Like, one, that's not how that works, and two, they would never do that.
Were they like
balancing,
being? Were they being like actually like upfront, or were they just trying to joke?
I didn't see it.
I guess.
It's just something I heard in chat. So it could be one or the other. I'll lean more towards they were just trying to mess around because, you know, but not everybody probably knows how they upload that stuff. But let's hope they were joking.
Let's
So is next
cross
week?
our fingers on that one.
Is next week balance day?
Yeah, because we didn't
Oh, we
have
didn't
any
get the
unit
half
changes
off.
or anything.
Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
so it should be next week.
yeah, well, because then it's the 30th is the Wednesday after, which would be the first there, so that would pretty much be GBO day starting 2 weeks from now. Should. So yeah, I'm guessing next week is balance. You know, it would be hilarious because I was like, yeah, we're not getting anything crazy because they just did the event thing. So anniversary is the next big thing. So we might get an announcement, you know, first or second week next month. It would just be hilarious if the patch notes, you know, just even though it was memeing,
Got
like the patch
nothing.
notes are just like 18 pages long or something crazy.
Just a massive like entire overhaul of like all the suits, and suddenly it's like, oh, by the way, we're also going to touch up some things on the engine. What?
Yeah, like they actually were doing it. That would be like the.
We have new movement options on ground now. Like what?
The Zombel
would
can
that be,
do
like, tread?
omnidirectional
You can
super
attack.
speed.
You can attack on midair and air boost more without flight control.
Dude, for real though, if they actually give the Zombel that, what I've been memeing on, like that would be, I would probably cry.
That'd be hilarious.
I would cry the day that gets, if that ever happened.
Like raids get assault booster in general, just get to do flight control shit automatically.
Supports get shafted as usual. Sounds about right.
Yep. supports that still had to stand still. Oh, we slightly buffed all the damage on all the supports and gave them extra quick boost.
Yeah, that's too real. It's too real, man. But anyway, speaking of what are they doing with the clan suit and things, let's do some new suit speculation.
That's what I like to hear.
Give me that Barzan refinement already.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like we're still on the menu for like a lot of in-betweener non-Gundam suits, so
This wasn't on the leak list, was it? The
the
Methuss?
list, I don't
I'm not sure. I'd have to look.
Because I thought there was only like 2 supports on the list,
pretty sure.
and we already kind of pointed those out, being the Mark III full armor and the variant, the named suit of the Dovenwolf. So yeah, that was kind of cool. So I called that. I was like, surely it's not just 2. They're gonna just randomly have this random variant of a thing be a support, and they're gonna be their filler stuff, and then we'll get these as big
And
things.
it sure was.
Hey,
Hey.
So called that one because surely they wouldn't just have 2 supports come out. They've actually been giving us lots of supports
my God.
recently. I don't
What
want
if
to go
they
back to
do?
those days. I don't want to go back to those days. Don't remind me.
I do. It's raid feeding frenzies.
I said raids also get to grumble that they're not getting any new shit
Well,
now.
I was gonna.
It's too bad.
Yeah, it's
Best of both
switched.
worlds.
It's switched.
Just a group of angry raids that just want to take it out on the new suit.
I mean, honestly, when I didn't get the like, was it the game mock? Yeah, when I didn't get the game mock or the HML, like when I didn't get it, I was just like, I'm just gonna play raid bully that. Poke,
Yeah,
poke, poke,
fuck
poke,
this
poke.
Pew pew pew. Little bang, bang.
I don't get to play new
Like,
suit and
oh,
have
yeah.
fun.
You don't get to either.
I'm gonna ruin
No.
somebody's day with a raid.
It's bad suit,
Get
man.
over here.
Stop playing it. It'll bully you off the comp.
But I mean, other than just I'm saying general because we just got a raid, technically, and then
Yeah, and then a banner of raid.
yeah, we got a banner of a raid last week, technically, and this was a support. So it's something general, probably the Barzam or the what is it? I'm getting dog aggro.
Dog aggro.
Dog.
Yeah, come on, boy.
Dog.
Okay. But yeah, that's about all my guesses. The full armor slave wraith, just to throw it in there as a general. He's gonna keep saying it as whatever suit we think.
Work for the O. Let's go.
What cost do you guys think at this point would it be? Would it be like mid, maybe like 400, 450 for the full armor? Considering it's just like I think like a more of a 1-year war kind of suit that just has a bunch of shit like thrown on it.
Good question.
It'll probably have the the false flag gimmick and just everything else suck. Because they value that so highly.
It's so good you can fool your friends and neighbors. Oh my god. No, they'll just be mad that you're going in. Like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Doggo.
I don't like that. I'm killing.
Oh,
so
hey,
many
it's a
things right
doggo.
now. Dog! Oh, he's a good boy.
Oh.
Oh, baby.
Oh.
What?
Oh no! Don't bite my nose.
Eat it. Eat that face.
Ah.
Nom. It's pizza pie. Eat the face. Ah.
Oh.
Doggo.
Oh. Okay.
Oh no.
He's hitting the mic.
That's
My
our
bad.
that's our main host.
EG doggo.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. You want to? Oh, also on the trip, he had he, since he's only went to the vet when he's been in a car, he had pretty bad anxiety, and so his fur just went all over the car. He shed like a crazy person. It was pretty bad. But
Oh no.
luckily on the way back he got better. So I just need to do some
Maybe.
smaller trips before I do a big trip with him. But he got a new bed out of it, so I guess he's happy. He's over there laying on it again. But anyway, any other new suit stuff?
Nah, I mean this is one that we've talked about in the past because I did have it in my history as something that I looked up page wise, but it's another one that I wasn't really expecting. So my hands are tied in terms of calls here.
Yeah, I think as far as this one, we were like, what could they do with the Methuss? Now they got to come out with the raid version though that has 50 million beam sabers.
I second this.
What would that? It's got to have like gun fu shit going on and just like double sabers. It throws
it
stuff
has the
out.
pistols. It has a different firing.
I still want one that does like a drawn out animation of it throwing the saber and then shooting it with the handgun and
that's its counter.
That should be so cool. Or like it would be a different form of grenade or whatever, kind of like the EXS does with the incoms.
Ooh, that would be cool. Yeah.
Like you lock on, it tosses it, and then
I'll take it. Yeah, they can really do some cool stuff now that they've kind of got some mechanics and things that already kind of do that stuff. But I feel like that's a little too creative for what they normally would do, sadly.
And that unfortunately that sounds a bit more like an M-Bond thing, which by the way, according to some of those articles recently, they might be making a new esports Gundam game. And they were saying that it's specifically going to be, or at least from what they were showing in the graphics, it looks like it's going to be more of an M-Bond-ish sort of situation. But I think the general idea from that was that they're also trying to push more esport or tournament style stuff too. So they might have another Grand Prix run for Battle Op as well as M-Bond and other things.
Wait, wasn't Next kind of like M-Bond?
No,
kind of.
Everyone said it's extreme, but worse.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Next
Next 2. It's Next
being
2.
A thing would be kind of cool.
That's what it is. The competitive one is Next 2.
That'd be interesting.
Well, here's the thing, right? I think there was a good like initial sale and like hype for M-Bond in terms of like the beta and stuff. So people definitely wanted it, and then the lack of support and the really rocky launch kind of killed it. So I think they wanted, the bigger thing to me is that it's obvious that they want to try again. So like that's good at least.
Yeah.
What that's gonna entail, or if it's just gonna mean that they're gonna port the new version of Extreme 2 Cross whatever and just try to push that on a bigger scale, because the bigger idea on top of it being more competitive events is broadening the appeal internationally. Because they're also talking about doing more Gundam statues and stuff too. Like there's this whole separate project about like using Gundam for beautification things and that, and like community things.
That'd be hype. Definitely get in on some of that.
The Gundam's trying to make some moves.
Did y'all see the video from the guy that's working on the live action? Speaking of which,
oh no,
was it Mimi or was it cool?
It's real. Hold on, the guy posted, or Ark posted in our Discord. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay.
Nah, I mean it can be real and Mimi. Was it funny?
Well,
or was it like
it might be
cool?
a little bit of both. I mean, he's got his like dusty ass gun plus that he shows off during the thing, which depending on who
just obvious that he hasn't touched them.
Well, he said he made them a long time ago. It's probably fine. I think it's kind of funny.
That's funny. Kind of just like a layer dust comes off.
I brought my old gun plus. It just blows all the dust off.
See how you used to like Gundam back in the day? See, totally CEO material. Shut up.
Oh no. But yeah, I'll probably throw that into the description too, for anybody who hasn't seen that.
And we got like, even if GBO2 kind of had another like not a lot of news, like Gundam in general is definitely bumping right now. Hathaway's been making mad numbers in Japan, and on top of the theater release doing really well, the Blu-ray sales have been pretty good, and
That's
that's
good.
all coming up behind the release on Netflix. And I guess Double O got its Gundam Info airing is back, although unfortunately, it's only in 480p. They didn't bump it up or like try to upscale it, so it's
Oh.
just the older VODs. But you can watch it all for free again. So there's Gundam out there. There's Gundam in the Nar Hills.
I might have to finally finish Double O.
You can
Wait, did
hear
you say
people
00
say
or
their full
0083?
names at each other really loud all day.
Setsuna F say yay.
Just enough say Adios, Sanchez.
But yeah, if we don't have anything else new suit wise, want to do some shout out?
Okie let's see. So Gustav _ X triple I 13th on. I gotta remember everything. I'm trying to keep up with some of the other clips on like TikTok and Instagram as well. I did make those accounts, but I'm trying to put some more stuff up there. So like trying to get more highlights and things for like Gundam in particular. I also want to do some more highlights for like secondary gameplay, because I know I usually put those up as parts on YouTube, but I should try to go through those, especially like the Yakuza stuff, because there's probably some goofy shit that happens that I'm like, whoa. So trying to get more on the content end, just to keep these other accounts afloat. Been doing a lot more responding and hanging out on Twitter, so if you want to get on there. That one in particular is Gustav D13, because I couldn't do an underscore, which is shitty, but it's okay. At least I got to rebrand it. Other than that, still doing Near Replicant as our secondary game, trying to keep up with all the GBO2 clan match shenaniganery. In fact, depending on if they're going or if they actually had enough people, I might have to go do practice for a little bit after this. So we'll be on for a bit. And besides that, just hopefully seeing you guys around the Twitchverse. What about you guys?
Yeah, and you'll find me at twitch.tv/GamingEmblem, where I am currently the newly crowned support main.
Oh my god.
But we play video games on the internet, PSO2, Battle Cooperation, Super Robot Wars, all that good jazz. We have, and after you watch the video of the Nemo 3 that's in the comments,
Oh my god.
you can follow that YouTube and find potentially more Battle Operation content at my YouTubes as well. Wowee. But yeah,
Comment, subscribe.
video games, video games, fun. Question mark, gaming emblem. Yeah, we get in there.
Cool. And as always, everybody's links and stuff, especially that video with the Nimmo 3, will be down in the description below. But I'm EG Magnum. I stream on Twitch. Got a Twitter, Discord, YouTube channel, and an Instagram that I need to post vacation pictures on. Whoops.
That's right.
And sadly, everything I ate nothing but seafood, and every time, like I got this
There's
like
gonna be you
tower
fish
of
in your
like
mouth all day.
there was like a lobster tail on top of a tower of like risotto rice, and then like shrimp and mussels all around it, and I forgot to take a picture of it, and I took a picture when it was half eaten. Whoops. But yeah, stuff like that I could throw up very easily if as long as I just actually get on my phone and start doing social media things. But other than that, this week, well, today, going to be doing some Phantasy Star Online 2 after I get done with dailies, if it doesn't get too late for me to do dailies, because it's space. Hopefully queue times aren't bad. And tomorrow should be getting up last week's podcast finally, and another video. And then later tomorrow night, this will go up, or Saturday morning. Other than that, though, gonna be doing Phantasy Star Online 2, Gundam things, and whatever else I can get into, and hopefully eventually get a PS5 so I can get into some of these new games, like Integrate and stuff.
Like Intermission. Fun,
Yeah,
by the way.
Intermission.
Oh, I forgot
Oh
to
my
mention
gosh.
that. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh
Intermission,
yeah,
so fun.
so I'm so happy for you.
and all the demos and things. But yeah, yeah, pretty much whatever I can find. Too many games, of course, at this point.
Gotta get in there with the Final Fantasy Origin. Gotta take on Chaos.
Also, Final
Let's
Fantasy
go.
14.
Chaos!
Gonna be probably trying to get ready for Final Fantasy 14 things as well. Too many games. But yeah, guys. Next week, this weekend, I've been saying I was gonna stream more. Probably next week when I actually start doing the more stuff because I got some other things to catch up on and things to do. So hopefully back to a heavier streaming schedule and just content schedule probably this time next week. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Let us know in the description below of what you thought about what we talked about in this episode. But anyway, guys, that'll be for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.
Later.